Take one.
Proud of this poet. Yeah, he's amazing. The name Ora Samu, it's God has answered my prayers. This is something artistic, and I just thank the Lord for that. I thank God for everything. I thank God for this African Spring book. I think I should have written a book first.
Oh, you should.
But I couldn't. But he did it. And we've got African Spring today, as you see it. And I'm so excited to see you with this achievement. Yeah? May God richly bless you. Make you to prosper and write more and more books. Thank you.
What's your poet name? Uhlamurile. It's going to be hard for the white people to say, but we can sell it. We can work with it. My name was a little easier on the tongue. It was Pick the Poet. So people would ask, what's that about? Why Pick the Poet? And this is what I would say to them. Okay? I'm going to ask the ladies to help me with this one. Okay? Ladies? This lady's nice. Okay? And the crescent moon matches the fluorescent smiles around the room. There's a gent quietly sitting in the corner over there by his lonesome. Yet he's confident enough for you to notice him. He calls your bluff, catches your gaze, okay? And then you conclude that he must be nice with words because his silence has said enough, right? He's a poet. Now another fella approaches, an actor. He barely has your Twitter handle for a minute, but he's already displayed 140 characters. You imagine all the scenes you could be seen with him at. And truth be told, he's a charmer, but when the script flips, you don't really want the drama, so what do? Pick the poet. It makes sense. No? Until a man who makes Raz steps into the arena. Your green salad is appetizing, but without doubt, his wallet is a little greener. He's a terse gentleman who lets his money do his tasks, and boy, does it sound sexy because it speaks with a Euro accent. And then you realize he only sees value in trading, and it won't be long till to him your stock starts fading. So, what do? You pick the poet. Because you know you won't play games, right? Until a true player, I repeat, until a true player steps up to the game. He's a footballer who believes you would make the perfect match. Lame, I know, but I know you think you won't fall for it, but he's good at getting people off their feet and you can't forfeit. So you'll transfer to his team, no fees. And then you'll stay perched back at his crib because you realize he only plays for trophies. So what do? You pick the poet. You see, poets don't make enough money to put it where their mouth is, so they can only speak from the heart. They lack superstar appeal, but their acts are enough to play a part. See, they'll run marathons of narratives to make you smile and heal the damages and remove the raps you've worn these 8 miles. So, the right thing, the only thing to do, is choose a man who'll be with you in every moment. Ladies, when faced with a decision,
when he played that card, you're the only friend who didn't have any time. That to me is a little Pakistan or 8 months on the day. So, next year, really to my and then I wrote a long one.
They go through their phones. I don't know what's in mine, so please allow me. You might pass on before you get the opportunity like this. You know why? Because your cousins are not writing books. So at least, or maybe to correct myself, at least your cousin's books are not yet ready for publishing. But at least, okay, I've got 2 friends and my wife. The 3 people in my life that I know they read a lot of books. But all I get from them after reading the book, or during the reading of the book, is it's a good book. It's a good book. So, Uhlamurile, you've written a good book. Your book, Uhlamurile, is challenging. Yes, I haven't read it, but it's challenging.
The book launch was generally amazing. I enjoyed it. The guests were amazing. I was a little bit petrified of the people in the crowd. They liked some of the poems and passages that I read through. They responded well generally. Like only 4 people brought gifts. I'm upset about that, but I can live with that, you know. For the most part, it was good. It went as best as I imagined it going. In writing the book, I was trying to achieve a very specific goal, particularly for the black child. There's this whole thing that goes around that black people don't write, black people don't read, and that in itself, when it's said by us, you know, it's a problem because that's what we condition ourselves, and by extension, the future generations. Breaking a mold, breaking a cycle, you know, showing the next person that, you know, it can be done. The next person may not want to write a book, they may want to write software, they may want to build a car, they may want to start a company. The importance of seeing people in your own circles and your own environment, and people that look like you doing things that you never thought could be done, I think it means a whole lot more to me than, you know, for the book just to, you know, sit in on a laptop somewhere. For us to have something physical, for me to have something physical that I see and have reference to and say, okay, fine, I wrote this, or my mother to see it, or my brother to look at it and say, my brother wrote this, my cousin, my friend, my colleague, you know, it's something physical to actually relate to and say, okay, you know what, this is an actual reality and we can do so much more. It was great to see people that you came up with being there to support you when you're doing something different. To get that nod to say, you know what, well done, this is something new. Wherever it goes is another story, but the fact that it's done, it cannot be taken away. My mother selling me out, my friend selling me out, my cousin selling me out was a highlight, but the reaction to the one piece that I read.
I was a coward when I turned predator to your cries and saw you with that meaning above your knees so high. Looked at your body like Kentucky Fried Thighs, undressing you in my head while you spoke over slides, and the lunchtime remarks about your ass being nice. Yes, I was a coward when I minded my own business, knowing your screams at night gave birth to bruises. My friend is impotent, but you're the one he abuses, claiming a barren woman is to him of no significance, when he is the one with the tools that cannot reproduce. I was a coward when I let you fall prey to the unjust, failed to protect you against my father staring at your bust, who offered you drinks to fuel his desire and filthy lust, knowing his price will be paid in full with every thrust, while he divides your milkshakes for his cup don't rust. I was a colossal coward when I let my brother say I do, knowing of all he really does when he's far from you, playing daddy to offspring he fathers without you, with a woman that only just found out about you, unable to handle this, being her baby number 2. So as a common courtesy to the generations that will come after me, let me speak for the ranks of boys and men alike in our times. We have fumbled and failed dismally in addressing our crimes. Daughters of the soil, please forgive me in all my forms. I am my brother's keeper, and all his errors are my wrongs.
For the most part, they are lived experiences, but others are observed experiences where you see things happening around your community, around your society. In my life as an individual, you are able to observe things that are happening to you and around you, to people that are in your space, and you get to, if you put yourself in a situation where you get to just observe and try to put yourself in their shoes and formulate a story and say something, and obviously try to put it in the most poetic way, but then have a message, try to teach someone. For me, the most part is that people get to learn from what they read and not just read it like a textbook. In terms of the book, it's something that I'm still savoring. I've sold a few copies. I'd like to sell a little bit more. In terms of how the book was written and the purpose that it is meant to fulfill, I think, making sure that it at least hits that. And then once it's at that point, I'll be like, okay, I'm done with this, and it'll carry itself. We need to respect and love our women wholeheartedly so that we unite and collectively take back our power as a people and formulate thoughts that lead us to a better sense of self. Actively nurture and grow fruitful and loving relationships, so even though we may experience pain along the way, we persevere because our lives and happiness depend on it. And for me, that is something that is really something that encompasses the book as a whole in terms of what it's trying to achieve. That is the condensed message of the whole book in itself. Obviously the book is divided into chapters and stories and poems, and they lead you they lead you up and down in terms of emotions and journeys and thoughts. But ultimately, for us as a people, as Black people in particular, to get to a point of growth, to get to a point of self-sustenance, we need to follow a certain path. I think that's the one thing for me. The book is 150 rand. Please get it. It's free for everyone who donates 150.